Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again, man, with another In the Car Chronicles. And y'all already know what I need y'all to do in this video right here, man. Turn this video up like the rest of them, man. Like, share, and subscribe to this one, y'all. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's go. But we're gonna call this story right here today, man. He did his Celly dirty. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. But we wear people. Y'all already know the count, man. We in penitentiary, man. There's a lot of crazy things that happen all the time, man. And we on Lawrenceville for this one, y'all. We on Lawrenceville for this one, man. We in San Francisco 60 building to be exact, man. But I can remember being in the 60 building, man, when they had first moved me down there, man. And like, you know, kind of like when I had got in there, y'all already know I hated being in there. Like, I hated that they moved me to that type of situation, man. Like, it felt like it was a smack in the face for a dude like me who was fighting so hard to get off Sussex 2, man. Then when I finally get to the place I want to be, which is Lawrenceville, when I asked the lady to move me to 30 building where my homeboys and family is at, she moved me all the way across the yard to 60 building, man. So I am in San Francisco. So I have been able to adapt to being in Maniacville, man, just on the strength that my Celly was in a shake, roller, and roller. And it was a few dudes, it was a lot of dudes in there that wasn't shake, roller, and roller, man, but it was a lot of dudes that were. You know what I mean? And like, for real, it just got to the point where, you know, I have been in prison a long time, and I just gotta, I gotta kind of just block this stuff out. Like, I see it was happening in front of me, but I gotta kind of block it out because this was a different type of shake, rolling, and rolling that I was used to, man, because in 60 building where I was at, AKA San Francisco, it was dudes in there booed up. It was like couples, you know what I mean? Couples in there, dudes in the cell. Like, Lawrenceville so sweet, they put you in the cell with whoever you want to be with. So it was dudes in the cell with whoever they wanted to be with. So the dudes that were really shake, rattling, and rolling with their partners, they had them in the cell with them. Now, outside of them, it was still other dudes in there that shake, rattle, and roll, but it was just, it was a crazy situation. I never knew that this was a community of things that was going on in Lawrenceville. You know what I mean? Like, I never heard that part of Lawrenceville. I just heard about how the women was up there, how the phones was up there, and how the money was up there, and how the la-la was up there. That's all I was hearing about, man. I never heard it was a shake, rattle, and rolling community, y'all. So boom. Now, it won't going on like that through the whole compound, though. I ain't gonna throw the whole compound on the bus, because when I was in 40 building, when they moved me over there with all the members, the red, the blue team, the GDs, everybody, man, my word, I didn't see not one. I didn't see not one, man. I could be wrong, but I didn't see not one. When I left San Francisco to go to 30 building, man, it was probably like 2. And they were in the honor party. Y'all already told y'all that's like the duck off, the old heads that been down a minute, never getting in trouble. They was over there. Like, it don't be none for real on Lawrenceville. So when I got over to 60 building and seen the type of environment it was, man, it was wild to witness. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But like I told y'all, man, I'm maintaining. You know what I mean? They done told me ain't no moving right now. So I just gotta maintain. Like, this is just another obstacle in my journey I gotta be able to make through. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just trying to just do me without even getting in a situation, bothering them or nothing, man. But with all that going on, I still had to have a few dudes that I would talk to. I still had a few guys that wasn't shake, rattling, and rolling, that wasn't in that community. And it was like, a lot of dudes you still couldn't trust, man. It was weird. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it, but it was this one dude though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was this one dude, man. And like, for real, man, like, he was from out of town. I'm not even gonna say where he was from out of I'm not even gonna say where this man was from out of town, because it'll give it away, man. It'll give it away, man. We're gonna call him Rex, man. I don't want no beef with this guy, man. But we're gonna call him Rex, man. But Rex was like a dude, you know, he had like a serious presence. You know what I mean? He had a serious presence to the point where, like, I couldn't read him, man. It was like something that he was doing that was blocking my scanner, and my scanner couldn't get through to him to see what was going on. But the person that he portrayed was a dude that didn't shake, rattle, and roll. But even though he didn't shake, rattle, and roll, he was still cool with dudes that shake, rattle, and roll. Now, don't get me wrong. It was like 2 old heads in there from Norfolk that I would speak to that slept right next door to me, actually, man, that was shake, rattle, and rollers. And I would speak to them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you shake, rattle, and roll, bro, that's on you. I knew dudes on Sussex 2 that was shake, rattle, and rollers, and that was their life, and that's what they did. You know what I mean? I still would talk to them. I might don't hang with them, but I would, you know, hey, I ain't gonna treat them like they the scum of the earth or nothing, you know what I mean? So he had that type of thing going on. So when I had first moved in there, and me and him had got to talking. He knew a lot of dudes from Norfolk. He wasn't from Norfolk, but he knew a lot of dudes from Norfolk. He was from out of state. But when me and him started talking, like, you know, he knew a lot of dudes. It was, you know what I mean? It was, he knew a couple dudes I knew. But like, still though, on the strength that I seen him with the shake, roller, and rollers, I had to scan him, y'all. So one day we was talking, and I seen Rex, like, you know, one day me and Rex was talking, we was having a major conversation, and I was just like, man, like, as he was just going in on what he was saying on the story, I just was like, he didn't even know I was scanning him, because I was on some cool, I was with it cool, y'all. I was like, this is word my John say, I was like, he's cool, I don't really have an answer though. I was like, what? It was like my scanner was like, it was inconclusive. Like, it didn't really know if it was yes or no. But if I had to take a guess, it would have been a no for me, because he wasn't moving like messing with the dude. It's hard to like sneak and do it. You might can sneak and do it, but somebody will always see you and you will get caught and people will be talking about it. But like, he really wasn't doing nothing. Dude wasn't doing nothing. The dude Rex wasn't doing nothing. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? And I continued on to talk to him, because it wasn't nothing but like a few people that I would talk to in there, period. You know what I mean? So Rex was one of them, man. So, you know, we would build about different things. You know, he was a fan of a football team that I hated. Me and him used to go back and forth about. And, you know, we used to talk junk, man. And like, you know, we used to have a lot of sports debates. Or we might talk about the rap debates. We might Jay-Z and Nas. It'd be different debates me and him would have. It usually be when all us be standing up over by the washing machine, which is not too far from my cell and not too far from his cell either, because he slept on the same side of the tier as me too. So like, we'll all be up there, you know what I mean, having a debate on just different things. So me and Rex had that type of friendship. You know what I mean? We was cool like that, but like, it was times that, you know, he would come borrow stuff from me if he didn't have it. And I would, you know what I mean, look out for him. I never borrowed nothing from nobody in there. Like, if I couldn't get it from my roommate, I promise you I would go to the 70 building and get it from my homeboy, man. Like, I was terrified of that part. I was terrified, y'all. That's my word. So, boom. I ain't borrowing nothing, man. That's my word. I'm not borrowing nothing out of that junk, man. But Rex used to come through, you know what I mean? So he was all right with my Celly too, though. But he'll kick it every now and then. Like, he didn't mess with the lala. He used to mess with the all roll-ups. He just like messing with the tobacco. He ain't messing with no lala. He used to mess with the drinks and the roll-ups. So he was cool, man. But like, he was the type of guy that, you know what I mean? Like, really, he really didn't keep a roommate, you know what I mean? Because the reason why he didn't keep a roommate is because, like, Rex is a big guy. Like, you know what I mean? Rex was kind of like, I'll give Rex 6 feet, but like 280. He was a kind of fat dude, you know what I mean? Like 280, kind of big dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying everything about him was straight. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Everything about him was like, you know, he has stuff. He has TV, he had this, he had that. I didn't know he was shake, rattle, and rolling or not, but you would think everything was good until one day I went in his cell one day to get something, and I saw that he had a filthy cell. You know what I mean? So like, when you got a filthy cell, that tells me a lot. That's like going to somebody's crib now, they got a filthy crib. Like, I mean, you gotta rate it on the way you gonna rate it, because you got a filthy spot. Like, so when I seen his junk, I'm looking, he got dust and dirt all over the place and stuff on the floor. His bed don't look right. His sheets look filthy. Look like he skipped heat exchange. I'm looking, I'm like, man, this junk, I'm looking at the toilet. Toilet look rough. Toilet look super rough. And that's the main thing that's supposed to stay clean. So I'm like, and Lawrenceville don't got silver bullets. Lawrenceville got white toilets. Like, Lawrenceville joints are so sweet. They toilet's not even connected to the sink. They had their own sink. And the toilet was right there, but like, the toilet was looking right. The toilet was looking rough. So when I picked that one day, I was just like, man. So the first time I ain't say nothing, you know what I mean? But he keep calling me in there to get it. What we was doing was, it was the dude who had his pool ticket that was in 70 building that he knew. So he used to always get me to play one, and then he'll play one, and I'll just pay my money. So we started going like that, and I'll probably play 2, and he'll play 1 for me still. We'll do it like that. But either way, he will always tell me, bring the money to my cell. Now, I slept like the second cell before the back door in 61 pod. We was right by the laundry area. He slept like the third to the last cell before the handicap. So like, he was on the same side as me. So when I would go take him my joint, I would always see his cell like, dang, bro, cell. So I finally said something like, yo, what's up, Rex, man? Your cell look filthy, bro. What you got going on, bro? Like, you were rolling around having a dust wrestling match in here, bro. Like, what you got going on, bro? He like, hey, go ahead, man. And I looked in the corner. I was like, hey, you got your own broom? Dudes would have their own brooms on Lawrenceville. Not the big junk, but like the personal junks. Dudes that had those in the cell. I said, bro, you got your own broom in your room filthy, bro? He was like, no, it ain't filthy, man. He started moving stuff. He was like, no, it ain't filthy, man. You know, what you talking about, man? I was like, man, here, man. I gave him my money. I was like, man, get your cell together, Rex, man. You coming out here, you got the brand new kicks on, and you looking all crispy, but your cell look like this? I said, man, you a maniac, bro. Tighten up, man. He was like, no, I'm good. So he laughed it off. But for real, I see why he used to run through roommates. A lot of dudes, and like I told you, they'll move you wherever you want to go in there. You know what I mean? So if you in the cell with somebody, you like, man, I don't want to stay in the cell with him. You can just go to the unit manager, like, yo, I'm trying to move. Where you trying to move to? Anywhere you can move me to. And sometimes you can just move to another pod, anything. You know what I mean? So nobody's staying in the cell with nobody dirty is my whole point. So I see why Rex was going through roommates, man. So like around this time, like when me and him talking around this time, he didn't have a roommate. And it was like he never really had a roommate. Like dudes would come in there and then dudes would be gone out of that joint just like that. And I saw why, man. The man's job type filthy, man. So he's super kind of dirty on the low, and that explains everything, man. So I remember we was in the pod one day though, man. Everybody in the pod chilling. The 60 building is one of those joints, man. Like they be bringing people in and out that joint. You know what I mean? For some reason, like a lot of people always come into our building. So I can remember they brought some new intakes in, man. And like when they brought them in, everybody had ran. This is how I knew it was new intakes, because I didn't even know, because I didn't go to lunch. Sometimes you'll see them when you go to lunch. They'll be in the window by medical. Like I be telling y'all, we might be standing in line waiting to go into the chow hall, and then dudes be talking to them in the line, the red team, blue team, what's up? And you'll see dudes throwing the signs up, this, or you might see the neutral dude, or whatever the case, but I didn't go to lunch to see this. So I didn't know that they had new intakes coming in. So when I looked, I seen everybody run to the slider door. When you see everybody run to the slider door, everybody pushed on the joint, everybody looking out the window. Yo, I see the red team. Yo, what's up? Everybody throwing the stuff up. Everybody seeing what's going on. So I'm like in the back, like I can see it, but I'm looking over them. You know what I mean? A little bit. So I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I don't know nobody. When they do open the door, that's when I'll see if I know somebody. I can't see way down. You know what I mean? So they open the slide up. When they open the slide up, I just seen this kind of like tall white dude coming in a little bit, skinny white dude. You know what I mean? When I say tall, he was taller than me, so I give him like 6 feet. You know what I mean? Like a 6 feet tall white dude. You know what I mean? So coming in, he pushing his cart. You know what I mean? But when he came in, like what made it weird about him is that he walked in and like, you know, when you come in on Lawrenceville, like they give you the burgundy scrubs. You come in with your burgundy scrubs. What people know you knew is that you coming in with the cart and your shoes or whatever the case, but they give you the burgundy scrubs. We get I wore my burgundy scrubs every day, to be honest with y'all. Like you can wear your jeans and all that, but they didn't give you state jeans. You got to order your jeans. And my jeans I used to wear was strictly VI. So I used to just wear the burgundies. You know what I mean? Every day. Matter of fact, I'm on burgundy. Excuse me, y'all. I popped me on that. They want burgundy. They were like blue. They like blue scrubs, kind of like looking like blue Jones, man. If I'm wrong, correct me on this if you've been to Lawrenceville. I'm thinking they blue though. Been a little minute, man. But the white dude walked in, he got his cuffs up. Like on some, like he work at a farm. Like he cuffed them up. And I was looking like, man, he got him cuffed up. It's the wintertime, he got him cuffed up. And he's showing off his low top Abraham Lincolns. Now y'all know the Abraham Lincolns, man. Like Lawrenceville is petty. Like they didn't have state boots like how Sussex 2 had, like a lot of other state prisons had. No, they didn't have the state boots that everybody would wear. They had the state boots, but they cut the roof off. They made it a drop top. This is my word. I said this before. They made it a drop top, so it's just a low top boot. It's a low top boot, man. I don't even know they had laces. Now they didn't do that when I came in there. They would still give you the state shoes. Man, they was giving you the low top joints. We used to call them joints the Abraham Lincolns. That's word. So he walk in with the cuffs joints up. Both leg game. Now, he ain't bring him up to his knees, which would have been crazy. That would have been asinine, but he had him up almost to about his ankle. So he did about 3 good cuffs. And all you saw was the low top Abraham Lincolns. And he come walking in. He was like, oh. He ran back out into the solid boy. He said, hey, what cell I'm going into, CO? What cell I'm going into? CO was like, you going to sell such and such. He was talking about he's going in the cell with Rex. This word, he was like, all right. Turned around, took his cart to the end, to the steps, took his one box out. He didn't have anything. We already know that, man. He had the Abraham Lincolns on. He definitely don't have no TV. His word, he took his box out. He didn't have nothing but the laundry joint they gave him, his sheets, you know what I mean, and a pillowcase game. He grabbed his stuff. He headed up the steps. When he headed up the steps, I looked. I seen Rex coming from the bottom tier. Dude that sleep next to the handicap, next to the shower. Those 2 cells that face the booth. He was coming out of one of them jumps right there, the first one. Matter of fact, so I seen him. He coming out. They like, yo, Rex, you got a roommate. You got a roommate? He like. So he go up the steps the other way. So he come around, you know what I mean? By the time he get to the door, the white dude is already just standing there, you know what I mean? So they ain't open the door yet. So Rex like, hey, open my door. So they open the door, boom. They let him in. So Rex going there with the white dude. So they in there for a second, you know what I mean? They in there for a second. So I'll say probably about After about 30 minutes of the white dude just standing there and Rex was in there talking to him, Rex came back downstairs. When Rex came back downstairs, he pulled up on me and my homeboy. Now, me and my homeboy, my other homeboy I used to talk to, he was from Eastern Shores, you know what I mean? I used to kick it with him a lot, you know what I mean? He was another neutral dude in there that wasn't doing nothing, a little older than me. I used to kick it with him. We both 49er fans. He was dumb cool. So we in that junk just standing there kicking it. He used to get his hand dirty sometimes. He used to get a little work, you know what I mean? The Eastern Shore dudes like to get money, you know what I mean? So he used to like to get his hands, you know what I mean? Spend his money on the la-la or get whatever he can get. His man's might strike that's on the other side, throw on something. Bro used to like to get to the bag. So the dude Rex pull up on us. He pull up. He was like, hey, look, who got some la-la in here? You know somebody got some la-la? So the dude from Eastern Shore was like, what's up? I can get some la-la for you. How much la-la you trying to get? He was like, man, I don't need nothing, man. Probably about just, you know what I mean? About probably about $10. I'm trying to spend about $10. He was like, oh, well, I don't know. I'm going to see if I can do it for you. He was like, I can do it. It'll be by dinner. He was like, don't nobody in here got it. I was like, man, I think such and such got some, man, dude. You know what I mean? He's like, well, I'm about to go check. All right, I'm about to go check. So he peeled off. So when he peeled off, the white dude that came out and came down the steps. So the white dude standing like, when you come down the steps, the little jump that be, you know, it's like a little railing jump by the steps. He leaning on that jump. So he like this, just like, he's just watching the pod. He's just watching the pod. So that, you know, like, it's so wicked in there. Like, you'll have people, like, I don't know. They ain't do this. They don't do this to regular people. But they don't do this to regular people. But I'm just saying, like, you have people in there that'll try you in a slick type of way that you wouldn't even know they trying you. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be in a way like this. So the boys that's in the jail, it's boys in our block. You know what I mean? So a couple of the boys walking laps. He's standing right where they'll be walking laps at. They come around from the laps. They stop. When I look up, he's talking to them. He's talking to them, having a conversation. And you see the boy like, what? The boy talking, you know what I mean? Like he constructing, like he directing traffic on the airplane. He like this. He getting instructions from the dude, and I'm just looking like, hey, talking to the boy now. So I see Rex come from out the cell. Rex see him talking to the boy. Rex like, hey, come here, bro. Hey, come here. Called him over the jump. White dude left from talking to them. You know what I mean? When white dude left talking to him and Rex started talking, then they went back upstairs. So I guess they went upstairs and messed with the la-la. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they went upstairs and messed with the la-la. So after they messed with the la-la, you know what I mean? The white dude come back downstairs. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, you would think that this wasn't like a white dude. And I'm not trying to pick on no race, because this happens to both races, man. Like, real talk, man. But like, I was really thinking, not just because of his height. Now, I'm not saying like if a short white dude is like, he's going to be more greener than a tall white dude. But this white dude that looked like this probably wasn't his first rodeo. That's what I was thinking. He had tattoos. He just looked like a white dude that was job experienced. You know what I mean? He just didn't look like fresh meat. You know what I mean? I never took him for that at all. But he just moved in the freaking Atlantic Ocean, man. They done put this man in a pod with all these freaking shake, rattling, and rolling shocks, y'all. So boom. This man come back down the steps after messing with that Feezy. Man, this man come down the steps super litty, man. He come down the steps. He like, man, we'll get some more of that, man. Who got it, man? Trying to get some more of that, man. Who got to get some more? Rex like, chill. What are you doing? Chill out, man. You got to be quiet, man. Don't be too loud. Can't be too loud with it, man. He like, no, man, I'm trying to get some more of that, man. He kept saying that, John, like, I'm trying to get some more of that, man. Where is it at, man? I'm trying to get some more of that. I'm trying to get some more of that, man. I'm like, man, if you don't shut up, that's what I wanted to say, man. Like, man, you wildin'. Like, you out of control right now, man. But you know, Rex is running this play. So I never was thinking no BS at all. I'm not, because I told y'all Rex didn't give off the vibes that he shake, rattle, and roll, because my scanner was inconclusive. So I never really had an answer. And he didn't hang with he didn't do no like sneaky try to shake, rattle, and roll. He just talked to a couple of guys from here to there. So I don't know what was going on, but I told y'all I don't know how much la-la he bought from dude. But when we went to dinner and came back, my homeboy from Eastern Shore said he pulled up on Rex and asked Rex, do he still want to buy the la-la? Because he went and got the la-la. He said Rex said he already got some la-la about to come. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, who cut my nuts like that? Who you talk about? He said Rex said he about to get some la-la from the dude Mo. We're going to call this dude Mo. Now, Mo was another dude. I'm not going to say where Mo was from. man. But Mo was another dude that was in there that was a shake, rattler, and roller, but wasn't in the cell with nobody that was booed. He wasn't booed up. He wasn't shake, rattler, and rolling in the cell. You know what I mean? But it was a known fact. That was his MO. He didn't care if you knew. He was in there. He would talk to the boys. He would talk to the boyfriends. He would do all the above. You know what I mean? He didn't hide who he was. I respected him a little, like, for never being like a guy that's hiding who he was. You know what I mean? So I would talk to him sometime because he would have the parlays sometime. You know what I mean? He used to be dealing with the dude that ran the tickets. So that's how me and him would have conversation. But Mo is a known shake, rattle, and roller, man. Now Mo was in a cell with a dude that he didn't even never want to be in the cell with. You know what I mean? Now, the dude he didn't want to be in the cell with is because the dude made him get off the bottom bunk. You know what I mean? The dude made him get off the bottom bunk, and because he had to get off the bottom bunk, that's why he didn't want to be in the cell with this guy. People hate when you get moved from your bottom bunk. You know what I mean? Now, the dude Rex is on the bottom bunk. Rex is on the bottom bunk, but Rex really used to be on the top. When his other roommate used to be there, he liked doing the top bunk because he liked being on the ground watching TV. I ain't on the bottom bunk because the white dude there. So he told us the dude Mo was the one giving him the la-la. It was crazy, like, man, for real. Now, Mo, he never really, like, showed me no signs of him being like a predator or trying to run a play or trying to do something crazy. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, though, he is a known shake, rattle, and roller. So bro told me to play. I'm like, oh, Mo about to serve him then. You know what I mean? So we laughed about it because, you know, Mo was a shake, rattle, and roller. So me and bro joked about it. So when count cleared, we looked up. We seen the dude Rex talking to Mo. They was having a conversation. So they go from having a conversation to he called his roommate over there. So I'm thinking when he called the white dude over there, he kind of like vouching for his money. This is what I'm thinking. Like, yo, the dude Mo about to make a play, but he want to hear the white dude saying when he gonna have his bread. So that's why I'm thinking he called the white dude over there. So he talking to the white dude. I ain't gonna say this white dude name in here either. He don't have a name. This is crazy. This word, he talking to him, and then the white dude leave. You know what I mean? The white dude shook his head and was like, and just walked back. We're back upstairs to their cell. So when they call lockdown, I'm walking past. I see the white dude inside Rex cell watching Rex TV. You know what I mean? He looking at the TV. He like super lit again. You know what I mean? So when we go back in, nothing happened. We locked down for the rest of the night. We come back out the next morning. When we come back out the next morning on everything, now I promise you, man, I looked up. I heard the doors popping. You know what I mean? My roommate, he come out. My roommate be coming out cleaning. So when they pop my door, my roommate out cleaning, but they only popping like people at school and all that. But then they start popping a couple of other more doors, and I look, and I seen Rex. I looked down. I seen his roommate coming down with the box. His roommate was like, he was going downstairs, and I seen Mo. I was like, what's going on? Y'all moving? He was like, nah, he moving. I'm like, he moving? He was like, yeah, my roommate about to move. I'm like, oh, really, bro? What he about to move to? I look, and I seen Mo Celly coming up the steps like, Rex was like, yeah, I'm swapping out with Mo. I was like, for real, bro? He was like, yeah, man. Then he walked up a little closer to me. He was like, hey, look, man, I'm dirty, man. I was like, what do you mean, you dirty? He was like, man, look, Mo just paid me a spoon, man, to do a sales swap with my Celly, man.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.